video on using up some of this Jaggary that I bought, and then some dehydrated orange sugar that I made. So I dehydrated some oranges like this. These have gone a little bit soft, but you dehydrate them, and then I used them as part of a sugar substitute. So I couldn't think what to do with them. I just kind of made them, and then kind of thought we could add them to cakes, and there's a bit of a candied fruit type of thing. And then kind of faffed around and tried adding them to powdering them and adding to a cake, and faffing around and taking out bits of flour and putting out that flour instead. And it didn't just work until I worked out what I should have been doing was using the oranges as part of the sugar because it's sweet. And that was because I was using it as part of the flour, the cakes weren't working, but as when I used it as part of the sugar, the cakes worked. So we've got some of that sugar left. So that is sugar that has been ground down with the dehydrated oranges. So we're going to make a fatless sponge out of the Jaggary and some of the orange sugar. So we'll do the orange sugar first. So it's well, the rest of it I've got in ounces. So and I've got some eggs left over there, so that's what I want to use up as well. So that's why I'm using a fatless sponge. I haven't got any butter. So these cakes are for me. So I'm going to make a fatless sponge instead, because I know that the orange sugar works with a cake mixture, like a 4-4-4-2 cake mixture, like 4 ounces of flour, 4 ounces of butter, 4 ounces of sugar. So let's see if it works in a fatless sponge. So 3 eggs, 4.5 ounces of sugar, and then we whisk up. Shall we whisk it up that way? Yeah. Well, it says lightly whisk your eggs, and then add the sugar, but we'll just put it all together and see if it whisks up. And then if that works, the Jaggary should work. There, hopefully. And then we fold in the same amount of flour as sugar, and we'll see if it works. So that the way. Hopefully the mixer will reach. Will the mixer reach? Can't do it in the stand-up mixer because it's just a little bit too small of a mixture. So will this mix together and increase in volume? It looks like it's going to work, so I need to pause because my phone's going to run out of charge, so I need to charge my phone and carry on whisking. Right, that looks like it's whisked up pretty well. So we've got 4.5 ounces of flour ready. I'm not going to sift it or anything like that, we're just going to toss it in, fold it in, and then quickly into a mould. Well, a lined tin, and then in the oven, and then we'll do a bit of washing up, and then we'll have a go with this Jaggary. Otherwise, so don't make a mess of everything, and then into the mould. And I don't think the eggs will whisk up if we use the same bowl again because of the flour. So we'll need to give it a wash and grate the Jaggary and start again. So where's my where's that? I'm not going to make a mess. There. And hopefully nothing's in the oven that I need to get out. The oven ends up becoming a bit of a storage space, doesn't it? The things that you use on a regular basis, pans and things, end up living in the oven. So I don't think anything's in the oven. What gas temperature did it say? 180. So 180 till it's cooked. Well, it's a Swiss roll, is this? But we're not treating it like a Swiss roll, so 180, we'll see what happens. We'll grate the Jaggary, we'll start whisking up and we'll see if it works. So, I've grated it, it's gone a little bit soft, we'll see how it turns out. So, 4.5 ounces, I don't know why it's 4.5, it seems a bit strange, doesn't it? But we'll see. Maybe these eggs just aren't quite as big as they should be, but it'll all work out in the end. And then let's see what happens. Should work. Should work. Stuck to the bottom now. You don't need to see me whisking, do you? We'll pause and we're back if it works. Right, so it's wanted to whip up, but a lot of the bubbles wanted to come out of it. So I don't think this is going to hold its bubbles in. So let's quickly fold in the flour before we lose any more air. It's self-raising flour. So I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. You see, the Jaggary is not 100% sugar. It's a few different. It's the sugar and a few other impurities and caramelization, which kind of changes the sugar. Very nice, but it's not 100% sugar. So that might have an effect on it, but we'll see. We'll see. It might work. So. Get that off there, most of that. We've got a light loaf tin already. That might work, this. It might work. So, if it doesn't matter. What I'll simply do is I'll cut the cake up into slices, into fingers, and we'll make biscotti out of it. It'll make a really nice biscotti. I mean, in fact, that's what I'm going to do with it anyway. So if it works or it fails, I'm going to turn them both into biscotti for me. So, that in the oven. We'll see what happens. First cake is ready. So that was the orange one. And then the Jaggary one looks like it's ready as well. Let's just stick something in that and see if it comes out clean. I think it will. So I need to put in the other one here. So I'm just making a bit of a noise. That's weird. So I'll turn the oven off. I just need the heat of the oven. So that'll come out. Yeah, it's quite clean. So what you can do is you can just touch that to the bottom of your lip, and if it's hot, it's cooked all the way through. So we'll let those cool, and then we'll have a look at them. They've cooled enough. Let's have a look. They haven't dropped. So I think we're going to be okay. Right, I'm going to turn it into biscotti anyway. So, and then it might end up in some kind of pudding, maybe. Let's cut in the middle. Now, there will be some flecks of orange in this. There we go. Look at that. Looks okay. That's more dense than a normal fatless sponge. Let's give it a taste. So. It's nice. I think that's going to make a really nice biscotti of that. Now, this is the Jaggary. So, both kind of the same, aren't they? So it's kind of worked a little bit more dense than usual. Have I got some? I think I have, you know. I think I have got some dried out fatless sponge here. So we'll be able to do a little bit of comparison. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. So that's a dehydrated fatless sponge. So Can we see some kind of... It's very similar, isn't it? Very similar. I think it's a tight... That one's a tighter grain because it's been dehydrated. Just dried out in the oven. But so that works. Oh, we need to try the Jaggery one, don't we? So it'll just have a little bit of a caramelized type of flavour to it, but it works. So a little bit chewier, and that's probably because I had it whisking for longer. But both nice. It's a nice colour. So there we go. We can use Jaggary in a fatless sponge, and we can use the orange sugar that I made as well in a fatless sponge as well. So there we go. I don't know if that's any useful to anyone, but it's certainly interesting and useful to me, so therefore a success.